So they're reporting a car crossed the Rainbow Bridge from New York into Canada. Apparently, this car was going at a high rate of speed, going the wrong direction. It crashed into an inspection building. It exploded and burned brightly. Now, a lot of folks are suggesting this is a terroristic attack, and that makes some sense. It's an international bridge, it's a government building, and it's just before a holiday when that bridge would be heavily used. That makes some sense. That's something to look into. But now we're hearing that they've looked into the car and they're not seeing any kind of bombs or IEDs or anything like that in there. So maybe this person got sick, became unconscious, went out of control, crashed into the building, and it exploded. Well, that's certainly possible too. But I think I can give a unique perspective to this situation to at least give some pause and give some thought to it. I was a traffic reporter in the Minneapolis-St. Paul area for 27 years. I did my reports from a DOT office where they had 500 cameras all across the metro area system. I watched the traffic and reported the traffic. And I can tell you, I literally saw 10,000 crashes over that time and the aftermath of those crashes. What's interesting to me is this. In all those crashes I've seen, the idea that a car would explode after a crash was extremely rare. In spite of what television and movies will tell you, it didn't happen very often. I could probably count on one hand, less than one hand, how many times a car has exploded. And even if they did explode, it wasn't instantaneous. It took some time to get to the gas tank or whatever it did. So it strikes me as strange that this car could just so happen go across the bridge, hit this building, and explode almost instantaneously. I'm not saying it didn't happen, perfect storm or something like that. It's just that I never saw that happen in seeing literally thousands of crashes. I don't know what happened there, whether it was terroristic or just happenstance. Who the fuck knows? But I think it's worthy of some further investigation, and I'm sure they will do that. That was a weird happening. It doesn't happen that way normally. You'll get a crash, you'll get a fire, they'll put the fire out, it's over. Very rarely do you see explosions. I've seen them, but only a few, given I've seen thousands of crashes. We'll see what happens, but I hope they do look into it because that is a weird occurrence. I'm not trying to start any conspiracy theories. I'm just basing it on my own experience over all these years. If it did happen that way, it was a fucking perfect storm.